the flood, and it was on the mountain of Moriah that God asked Abraham to sacrifice his only son Isaac, and God provided a ram in the bush. It was on the Mt.Zion that God revealed his character when he gave Moses the 10 commandments. It was on the Mount of Olives that Jesus taught his disciples. And so let's not forget, it was on the Mount Zion where King David built his city, later called Jerusalem. It was Dr. Martin Luther King that said prior to his death, I have been to the mountaintop and I've seen the promised land. God is always talking to us, but we are not always listening. Somebody ought to say, God is always talking to us, but we are not always listening. God is always talking to us, but we are not always listening. See, unless you admit a thing, you can't move fast. So I got to stay right here in this one sentence until I can get you to admit that you're not always listening to God. God's always talking to us, but we're not always listening. All right, at least that side of the church got it. Amen. Let us examine the text in order to make a decision on this mountaintop experience and whether you want to have one or not. Amen. See, sometimes we like Reverend Ziegler, we know what's going to happen, and we know what Sunday the choir is going to sing. We know what Sunday is going to be. We know the first Sunday the Voices of Zion is singing. The second Sunday the youth choir is singing. The third Sunday the men's chorus is singing. The fourth Sunday that the Voices of Zion is singing. We know that. The fifth Sunday the men are singing. We know that, and we like it like that. Amen. We like what we know. Right. Amen. We like it. We know what we're going to do. And we like knowing what we're going to do, right? Amen. But I'm challenging you. I'm not talking about changing choirs. I'm talking about changing your hearing. I'm challenging you to come and be transfigured on the mountain. Now he took with him. He laid them up. Now, I don't know whether Jesus asked him or not, but the text says he led them up, Peter, James, and his brother John, to a high mountaintop. The Lord is trying to lead us up to a mountaintop experience with him. Amen. The word transfigured in Greek means metamorpho, which is a verb that means to change to another form. It also means to change the outside to match the inside. Jesus' divine nature was veiled in human form, and the transfiguration was a glimpse of the glory of God. So the new look that Jesus has is a reflection of the light of God that changed his countenance on the outside to match his glory on the inside. His face shone like sun, and his garments became white as snow. This mountaintop experience with God allowed God to reveal who he was and who Jesus was. He took Peter, James, and John. I believe that God is inviting us today. Your name may not be Peter, James, or John, but somebody named James in here and somebody named John. Amen. But he has invited these three to come to the mountain with him. And I believe that God is inviting us to have a mountaintop experience with him today. I believe that God is inviting us to ascend to a higher place above your concerns, concentration, and your circumstances. I believe that God is asking us to step away momentarily from the daily drama that we face day to day and come to a higher place with him. Come on. I believe that God is asking us to come closer to him that he may shine some light on our problems. Our outside appearance, the things we do, the things we say, do not always match the glory that God has put on the inside of us. God just talked to somebody a minute ago. It's time for us to have a mountaintop experience with God so that we can get our outside to match our inside. God has saved us. God has delivered us. God has made us to be new creatures in him, but we still sometimes wearing the same old ragged dress. And we're still doing the same old ragged mess. Amen, Reverend Ziegler. I believe that every time that we come into the house of God, we should come close enough that God can put some light on our situation. See, Jesus was being transfigured and the light shone on him. And if we would just come to the mountaintop with Jesus, the light would shine on us too, because we need some light on some dark places in our lives. We need some light to shine when we have heavy burdens. We need some light to shine on our family situations. We need some light to shine on our money situation. We need some light to shine on our mental health situation. We need some light. But you got to come to the light to get a reflection of light. So God is trying to lead us to the mountaintop, so that not only that he was transfigured, that our lives might be transfigured and he might put some light on a dark situation. Isn't anybody here got a dark situation going on in their life where it looks like there is no hope? This is the way it's going to be, and there is no hope, but God wants to put some light. Somebody say some light on my situation. God wants to light it up so that I can bear the burden. God wants to light it up. Amen. Not only does he want to light it up, he wants to lighten it up. Amen. Hallelujah. Glory to God. We don't have to bear these burdens by ourselves. And we would just come to the mountaintop with God, and we would just walk with him, and we would just ascend to a higher place. And if we would stop plucking like chickens, we could soar like eagles. But we got to come to a higher place. Somebody say, I need a higher place. God is inviting us to come to the light so that he can help us. And then we must look for a transfer. Now, why did Jesus, he took the 3 disciples with him, and I wanted to know, why is it that Moses and why is it that Elijah met with him? Why didn't Daniel and the 3 Hebrew boys meet with him on the mountaintop? Why didn't some of the other prophets meet with Jesus on the mountaintop? And the reason is that Moses, when he died, they couldn't even find his body. He had a spectacular life and a peculiar death. The same thing is with Elijah. Elijah had a spectacular life, but he had a peculiar death because Elijah was caught up and he went away on a chariot of fire in air. Now Jesus is getting us ready for his peculiar death. The death on the cross, but even the resurrection. He is trying to give the disciples a glimpse of what they would see, and that they would know that when it was all over, all was not lost. Now, the disciples they knew Moses and they knew Elijah. They knew of his power and they knew what God had done for them. But now here it is that there's Moses and Elijah. Now, what does that mean? That means that God is trying to transfer the way, the power, and the way that they felt about Moses and Elijah. God was trying to transfer their thoughts and feelings to the disciples. Amen. See, let me put it again. Okay, this is the deal. I'm going to use Mr. Diamonds because we cool. Me and his daughters are cool. We cool. Now, this is the way it goes now. Now, when Mr. Diamonds was alive, Mr. Divers, when I had a problem, I would go up on that mountain and I'd see Mr. Divers. But Mr. Divers went home to be with the Lord. And he transferred, somebody said transfer. He transferred some of the power that he had to his daughters. Oh, y'all ought to hear that. So then, when that transfer of power that he had, he transferred so I could see them the way I saw him. Oh, y'all come on. Y'all got that. So God is trying to transfer the power and the way that they saw Elijah and Moses to Jesus. Well, what is that saying for us today? God is trying to transfer some of the power that Jesus had to us. Amen. Come on, y'all. Come on, get on this bus. I ain't going to bring it around. But one more time. when there is a transfer, God is trying to get you somewhere that he can give you the power that you need for the very day that you need it. Transfer. Somebody say, I need a transfer. We can't stay in the way that we are. We need to look for a transfer. We ought to not always be powerless. We ought to become powerful. We have to become powerful because we know who Jesus is. We have to become powerful because we walk with Jesus and we walked up the side of the mountaintop with him. God is trying to transfer some power to you. He said, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and if any deadly thing bother you, it won't hurt you. Talking about transferring power. Look at your neighbor and say, I want to transfer. I can't stay the same. Come on now. I can't stay the same. I want to transfer. If anybody here wants some power transferred to them, just stand up on your feet. See, I couldn't do this over there and down there, but you got to be tired of being powerless. You are the one to become powerful. You need that transfer of power from your mama and your daddy. I heard about your mama and your daddy. I heard about your grandma, but somebody needs to hear about you because God is trying to transfer some power to the disciples. You may be seated. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Then the next thing he talked about being transformed. Peter addressed Jesus and said, it's good to be here. Have you ever been in the right place at the right time? You said, sure, it's good to be here. Amen. Last week when we were having service, I said to myself, it sure is good to be here. Amen. Peter addressed Jesus and he said, it's good to be here, Jesus. So how about if I build 3 tabernacles? How about if I put up 3 tents? One for Moses and one for Elijah and one for you. Peter recognized that he had become a witness of a spectacular event. And while Jesus was being transfigured, the power was being transformed, but Peter, James, and John the power was being transferred, but Peter, James, and John were being transformed. See, sometimes, have you ever been in a real good place and you just want to stay there? Come on, y'all, come on. Have you ever been in good company, having a good time, and you just want to stay there? Have you ever visited your children and you were enjoying so much, you just want to stay there? Have you ever been to your best friend's house and it was getting good and you just want to stay there? Have you ever been to know somebody or to see somebody and it was getting real good and you just want to stay there? See, when it's good, sometimes it's just a temporary situation. And you can't stay there. Jesus on the mountaintop was a temporary situation. But what he was trying to do with his transfiguration was to get a transformation for his disciples. Jesus was talking to his disciples and God started talking and he said to them, he says, hear him. And they heard the voice of God. Even they wanted to stay there. And they heard the voice of God saying, this is my beloved son in whom I am well pleased. Hear him. There are 2 words that I want to close with that'll change your life. If you want a transformation, there are 2 words. That's right. Stand up and receive the word. Some people know they got to stand up and receive the word. If you want a transformation, if you're tired of being in the same old situation, if you want a transformation, you got to hear him. Hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to you. Hear him. Hear him talk to you. When you come to church, it's not about you. It's about what God is trying to get to you. He is trying to get you to hear him. I've been to the house of the Lord and the preacher was preaching, but yet and still God was talking to me. I began to hear him. I didn't hear what the preacher said because God was talking to me. We got to hear him. Hear him for your transformation. Hear him for your illumination. Hear him to prevent stagnation. Hear him for your education. Hear him for your revelation. But most of all, hear him for your elevation. See, some folks, you can't stay like you are. It's just well for you to get ready to move. You got to move to a better place. He's trying to transform you so he can move you up higher. Did you hear Jesus when he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do? Jesus said, hear him, he says, I go away to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also. Hear him. Jesus said, I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you. Hear him. Jesus said, no, I'll be with you always. Hear him. Jesus said, greater things shall you do. Hear him. Jesus said, for where I am, ye may be also. Hear him. He's talking to the church today. He's saying, come on and go to the mountaintop with me so you can hear what I have to say. We got to hear what Jesus is saying to our situation. He's always speaking, but we sometimes are not listening. He said, hear him. Hear what God says about your situation. Hear him when he talks to you about your addiction. Hear him. Hear him when he talks to you about your sickness. Hear him when he talks to you about your family. Hear him. He's talking, and we got to start listening. The disciples had to hear Jesus, for Jesus was going to tell them about his resurrection. He was going to tell them that they were going to take him and put him on the old rugged cross. Jesus said, I need you to hear what I got to say. They're going to take me, and they're going to make me a captive, and they're going to beat me all night long. You ought to hear what Jesus is saying. Jesus told his disciples, but don't worry about it. When they put me on the cross, just forgive them, for they know not what they do. Hear him. We got to hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to the church today. We have to hear. We have to come to the mountaintop to hear him. See, we want it the way we want it, but we don't have to move and come up high to get it. Hey, man, y'all ain't with me. Hey, man, I didn't drop y'all off at the wrong place, did I? We want what God has for us, and he wants us to come and get it. Amen. Amen. But we got to go to get it. See, as long as we are asking God, bless me, oh, bless me, let the blessings fall on me, we like that. But what about when we got to go to the mountaintop to get what God has for us? We have to go through something to get God to do for us. We got to go to the mountaintop. No better place to go to the mountaintop than the church. Amen. Go to the mountaintop and hear him. Go to the mountaintop and hear him. The other day, I'm getting ready to close the wrong. The other day, we had sent for the priest to see a patient. He was Catholic. We sent for the priest to see a patient. Took a long time for me to get the priest, but I was persistent and got him. So we go up to this nursing home to see this patient that was unresponsive to everything. So the Catholic priest gave him his last rites. And for those of y'all that don't know what last rites are, they anointed him with oil. But he's in too bad of condition to even have Holy Communion. They anoint with oil and they serve Holy Communion for the last rites. So anyway, so the priest did all he could do, and we comforted the wife, because I just looked for the next call, amen, that the brother was going to be gone on home. So the next week, I go back to the place, and I walk in singing. I walk in, and he opens his eyes and looks at me. And I start singing, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Brother got up on Sunday, put on his shirt, put his earplugs, put his ear stuff in his ear, got his glasses, held his arm out for me to fasten his shirt. You hear me? He held his foot out for me to help him get his tennis shoes on. He said, I'm getting up out of here. I see you have a mouth experience with God. And if that's not enough, the nurse that was in the room, she said, Reverend, my legs hurt so bad. But when the Spirit of the Lord came in, I feel good too. She said, my legs don't hurt no more. so he could die. I said, okay, if that's what y'all say, okay, y'all know most about me. I'm just an old preacher. Amen. So I went back last week, went back Friday. I walked in the room. He looked at me. He opened his eyes. He got on up, put his clothes on, and said, we going downstairs. I'm talking about a mountaintop experience. See, when you get on the mountaintop yourself, you carry so much power and authority that when you walk in, the dead will rise. A mountaintop experience. We got to get so we're having a mountaintop experience with God, so that wherever we go, the light will shine. Talking about a mountaintop experience. I don't make up this stuff. This is what Jesus is doing. Y'all, we got to get so that I'm not going to be satisfied to come to church and sit on the pew like I've been sitting. I'm not satisfied with that no more, Reverend Ziegler. I need to hear a word from the Lord, and I'm listening. Hallelujah. 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 See, the church needs to have more power. And you have more power if more people were transfigured and more people got their transfer, then they could be transformed. And more people would be transfigured, put some light on them, and more people receive the power of God, which is transferring. And if they could just change for good, which is transformation. See, the church would be full if we were transformed. If when we walk past folk, the dead get up. When we walk past folk, that they receive healing. When we walk back, I'm talking about nobody else. I'm talking about us. See, people gonna come where power is, and you gonna come where the light is. Amen. So come on, y'all. Let's have a mountaintop experience. We are leaving this conference year, and in a couple of weeks, we'll be entering a new conference year. But it can't be the same old, same old. Amen. Ain't nothing wrong with it, guys. It's okay. I mean, it's good. It's good. I love everything go on. But we got to take it to a new level. Amen. And I love everything. I like the way y'all sing. I like the way y'all play. I like the way you pray. But we got to go to the next level. We got to go, so we ain't going to leave till the Lord bless us. I ain't going to leave the church until God bless me. I'm not going to leave here until I feel the Spirit of the Lord talking to me. Y'all need to say, I ain't ready to go, Reverend. I ain't got what I need yet. See, when you have a mountaintop experience, you don't care what people say. Amen. You don't care what people think. I didn't get what I needed, so Reverend, you got to talk to me. God is trying to transfer some power. God is trying to transfer his power to his people. That we have miracles occur when we walk through. For we are the miracles. Every one of your lives, I know the most of you all. And I've seen miracles for 12 years. I've seen 12 years worth of miracles worked in your lives. I've seen when people said there was no hope. And they called for the family. But us church folks showed up. You remember that, sir? But we showed up. And when we showed up, our brother is still living today because we showed up. And we had a mountaintop experience with him. Church, you can't stay the way you are. Come on and go to this next level with me so you can experience a mountaintop situation. You can be transfigured. That's your situation. Put some light on it. See, it transfigures things, put light on it. Power can be transferred, but most you can be transformed to be what God meant you to be to start with. So don't y'all block me out when we start going a new way. Don't y'all sit down on me, amen. The preacher, you see this woman, I don't know her, she don't know me, but she's been standing through the whole message. Because she knew that God was talking, and she came to listen. Amen. You want to stand up in the church service? You ought to be able to stand up and don't worry about people saying, oh, why are you standing up? I'm standing up because I want to get on the mountain. Y'all want mountain experience. Sometimes you can't take everybody with you for that stuff. Everybody can't go to the mountain with you. Sometimes you got to go on for yourself. Stay in the shape that you need. Jesus wants to put us back together again. But come on and go on this mountain with me. Every Sunday I'm going to try to take you up a mountain. And Sister Hadley, if they don't come readily, I'm going to keep on working with them until they get there. So if they get on the bus and go up the side of the mountain with me, we can go up faster. But if I have to wait on you and have to make some bus stops, I'm going to wait on you. Because you're going to go to the mountaintop. You're going to leave that place that your thinking was and go to an experience with God that gives you power. I want y'all to become so powerful. I'm going to let this go. I want y'all to become so powerful that you don't need a pastor. I want you to become so powerful that you can walk in the room and the dead get up. I want you to become so powerful that you can pick up the phone, Sister Hackley, and speak a word. And lives change. Come and have a mountaintop experience with God. See, sometimes the enemy will fool you and try to keep you from hearing what God is trying to say to you. So that's why I don't sit in the back of the church, because I'm easily distracted. I could be, what's that, ADHD? What's that called? I could be ADHD, I don't know, but I can't sit in the back of nobody's church. Amen, because I'm watching everybody. I'm doing everybody's haircut. So I have to come to the front of the church. Amen, so I can get me a mountaintop experience, because I'm too busy looking at how. See, y'all better than me, so that's why y'all can sit back there and be okay, amen. But I know I can't sit in the back of the church. I may be ADHD. Y'all don't put that on me. Don't put that. And I don't want y'all saying y'all pastors ADHD. I'm just saying that if you want something, come on and walk to the top of the mountain. Jesus led Peter, James, and John to the top of the mountain. Will you walk with me to the top of the mountain? All that will say, well, I'll walk with you, Reverend. Just stand on your feet. If you say, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, Reverend. You're making a whole lot of sense to me today. Amen. How many people gonna walk with me as we go to the mountaintop to experience who God is? How many people say, I'm gonna walk with you? You gonna walk with me until you go to Ohio? You gonna walk with me? Well, you gonna walk with me till you gonna walk with me until the call is on? God has given a new birth to this church. So why don't you decide, I'm going to walk to the mountaintop and I'm going to see the promised land. I'm going to see my children saved. I'm going to see my children educated. I'm going to see my children delivered. I'm going to see my children set free because I'm going to the mountaintop. I'm going to see my sister healed because I'm going to the mountaintop. Y'all, go with me. Come, go with me to the mountaintop so we can be transfigured, so we can have some transfer power, so we can be transformed. See, some people are waving their hands because they said, I'm surrendering, I'm surrendering, I'm surrendering. Is there one today that would give their self, all their emotions, good, bad, and ugly, to the Lord? Is there one that would say, you know what, I've been doing it my way, it's time for me to do it your way? Is there one today? Is there one today? One man, woman, boy, or girl? And then the next call is there one you was on the path and you were doing pretty good and life happened, stuff happened, and we get off course and we stop coming to church and we stop believing in God? But you say, you know, I'm going to give it another chance. Is there one that would come? You say, I'm going to give God another chance in my life. Is there one man, woman, boy, or girl? And then there's the call that we could all come to the altar about. Who's willing to be transformed today? Now, when you answer this call, he's going to walk you straight to the mountaintop. And he's going to show you what he has for you. Amen. Amen. We're going to close with, after we have everything, with this transformation call. But if there's one that desires prayer, would you come while the Spirit of the Lord is on the preacher? You may be seated, amen. Those that want to sit down, and those that want to stand up, because God may be making a move, amen. Sometimes God is busting a move. He's trying to make a move, amen. Sometimes God is trying to make a move. All I have is Jesus. Is God trying to move in your life? Do you think God wants you to be at a different place? God is trying to move. I see some people climbing the hill right now. You gonna climb up this hill with me, young blood? You gonna go with me to the mountaintop? Can I call on you to walk with me? Can I call you to walk with me when we go to the mountaintop? And everybody else ain't gonna want to go with us, amen. See, Marcus, you the church of the future.